With AI search and the Telegraph, everything has exploded since ChatGPT's launch in Q4 of 2022. Everything is AI now. We've seen AIOs that have decimated clicks, publishers suing Google. What's your take on where we are now, and what have you experienced in the last couple of years with the Telegraph?
Yeah, it's not been an easy couple of years, I suppose. I think it's worth noting, like, AI overviews have definitely exacerbated the issues that lots of publishers had, which was about zero clicks, right? But this stuff's been going on for probably more than a decade.
With
Where
featured snippets.
Google featured snippets, absolutely, but also like just clicks to Google's own platforms. So, they built Google Flights or whatever it's called, and suddenly it's the biggest flight platform in the world. That everything. It's their platform. They kind of do what they want. They're a big tech company. They're not here to make any of our lives particularly easy or pleasant. They're there to make money, right? And they've got lots and lots and lots of ways of doing that. So zero click's been a problem for a while. Problem we have now is that it kind of became much more mainstream, and there was always enough traffic and value to be generated from Google. And I think there still is for most people. And I think if we're being fair, if you're a user, probably two things. One is there are too many publishing companies around. I don't think that's, if you don't have a voice, if you're not a publisher who has a strong enough brand and a strong enough platform, and you go beyond search, I don't think you've got much of a way of surviving. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. What we don't need is just more people answering the same stuff. So I understand there was some German guys did a really good scientific analysis of Google search results, and they were basically like, they're all pretty shit. A lot of it's affiliate driven. It's really biased, and a lot of it is just nonsense. That was early 2014, and I have heard a few things, or a lot of sneaking suspicions that had something to do with the more intensive shifts that have happened since then within Google. So I don't necessarily think all this stuff's a bad thing. And if, as a user, I use AI overviews all the time, there are lots of things I search that I go, I shouldn't have to, I really don't need to click. I don't want to click to know what the time of something is or what channel it's on. Somebody just tell me immediately, right? So under that point of view, I think actually they're not necessarily a bad thing. Where they become problematic is just like lack of linking, just obviously inaccurate, incorrect information when they do stuff. When I think there are just limits that should be placed on this stuff, I would say. We're lucky in that we're a publisher with a fairly big audience, relatively big subscriber numbers. We've never been a big publisher of what time is X, like really basic stuff. So we probably haven't fallen into that trap over the years. So there are other publishers who have. So for lots of our stuff, affiliate content at the minute is quite difficult, and every publisher finds that. So what Google want is for you to invest even more money in this stuff to make it even better, but they will take more and more clicks off you. So the value exchange of the internet has shifted. It's currently in the process of shifting, and it's becoming even more one-sided, which I think is the problem. And then Google they don't want you to use freelancers as an example for affiliate content, which, it's more difficult, but it will still be the biggest referrer. I don't know what ChatGPT does when Gemini keeps growing. I think they're going to struggle. I don't really see how they add value here without making a platform that's probably not great, pretty ad heavy. They don't fix the big mistakes. They don't fix the spam issues that will happen. So yeah, it's been more difficult. There's been some big shifts in certain areas. We've kind of been okay. Our traffic has been we've outperformed the market, I think would be a fair thing to say.